So with that, I'd like to now bring up, a lot of you may not know this, okay, but how many of you homeschool your children? Okay, all you moms and dads, you should all be saying, oh, excuse me, I do. Because you taught them the first word, right? No? Okay, you taught them, you know, how to eat right, right? Hello, where are you? Well, we have an organization here in Louisiana, the National Black Homeschoolers Association of Educators, right here in Louisiana, and it's just one of the options that we have here. And I'd like to bring up Eric Rhodes and his wonderful family. Give him some love, come on!
Hey, good morning. We're glad to be here, and we're here to introduce to most of you homeschooling. A lot of you probably even know what homeschooling is, and you think it's something we do at home, but we don't only do it at home, we do it everywhere we go.
There you go.
Because that's what homeschooling is. It's different from public education and private and parochial education. What it is actually teaching your children at home. Who know better to teach your children but you? Homeschooling is a organization and a mechanism in the state of Louisiana that is like sweeping the country. When we started 20 years ago, it's been that long, we have 3 children who've graduated out of homeschooling and gone on to college. We have 3 more at home we're working on right now. But we started with them when they were like 6 months to a year, educating them, as Cherie said, teaching them how to pronounce their first words, teaching them how to walk, teaching them how to obey commands, teaching them how to understand and learn, but the most important thing, teaching them how to think. Because the great thinkers in this country and the great thinkers in this world are being taught by somebody. And if you're a parent and you're not doing the teaching, then somebody else is teaching your child. Who better to teach your child than you?
Woo! Yes!
Because that's what homeschooling is. Now let me give you some numbers and facts. Across this country that we live in, 2 million people homeschool their children. In the state of Louisiana, 13,000 people homeschool their children. It's not something that just started, it's been going on. And by the way, I might as well slip this in while I'm saying this, Jesus Christ was homeschooled.
Okay.
There was no school in his system, and he was homeschooled, both here on earth and in heaven. Because before he came here, he already knew what he had to do when he got here, so he was educated somewhere. And you know who taught him? His daddy. Take that to the bank. Am I apostle? Got that down, Pat. Okay, so now we can roll. Listen.
That was good. That was good.
NBAT is an organization started out of Baker, Louisiana by Joyce and Eric Burgess. They homeschool their children. Matter of fact, when we met them at a homeschool meeting. We didn't even know who they were. And then when we found out who they were, we latched on to them, and we've been homeschooling and doing this thing for a long time. NBAT has been featured on CNN, MSNBC, HLM, Chicago Tribune, and Fox News. African Americans make up about 15% of the homeschoolers in this country, which is over 200,000 people homeschooling their children. That's like a drop in the bucket, but you know what? The bucket is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because of choice. Because we're now allowed to choose to educate our children as we see fit and as we see best. There's nothing wrong with the school system, and there's nothing wrong with homeschooling. The problem is parents still have the choice. It's up to you. You get to choose what you're going to do with your children, because after all, when you release them into society, if you're not releasing them into society well educated, somebody's going to educate them.
That's right.
And if you're not the one educating them, and if you don't have them in a system that's going to educate them properly, then they're going to be educated on the street. And you don't want that, because we see the results of street education. It don't work. Okay, so while you got an opportunity to homeschool your kids, think about this. The National Black Home Educators are available. We have a conference every year in July where we got people coming from all over the country to find out what's going on with this organization and how does this organization function. We're a support organization. We support homeschoolers in what they do. We help you get the information, get all the necessary tools you need to educate your child. Nobody can do it better than the parents. And if you talk to your children and ask them if they had to make a choice who they wanted to teach them, I guarantee you, you'd be surprised at how many of those children would say, I'd rather my mom and my dad do it than somebody else. Hey, my name is Eric Rhodes. I'm here with my wife Janelle and my 3 children, Jonathan, Solomon, and Samuel. We're all here because we've made a choice and we chose to homeschool.